Welcome back everyone to another episode of r/EntitledParents. Today's stories are all about Karens in locker rooms, because after searching for one of these that I remembered seeing the other day, it took me down a rabbit hole. And I discovered several stories on this topic, so I decided I'll just put them all in one video. The first one is about a Karen harassing a teenager for getting changed. The second one is the title of this video, where a Karen in the men's changing room yells at a guy for changing. The third one is another Karen in the men's changing room shaming a guy for having a scar. And the last one is about OP's encounter with an annoying kid and his entitled dad. So let's get right into these, and subscribe if you want to see more daily Reddit stories. This post is called, "Entitled Mom Shocked That Women Aren't Fully Clothed in a Swimming Pool Locker Room." This story doesn't involve me directly, but I witnessed my first Karen incident at the gym today. A bit of explanation about the layout of the gym swimming pool and locker rooms. There are 4 locker rooms for people who want to go swimming: male, female, disabled, and family, where parents and children can go to get ready, instead of going into either the male or female locker rooms, as the age limit for children of the opposite sex to their parent is 8 years old. This is important later. In the locker room, there was a girl who looked to be about 16 years old. She wasn't indecent, she had on her bra and underwear, as well as a towel around her waist, and she was in her locker trying to get her clothes. I was almost ready to leave, and was maybe 4 or 5 lockers down from her. Usually, I don't pay attention to what happens in the locker room, but today, I couldn't help but notice one woman, our entitled mom, looking horrified. Now this woman was in her late 20s, early 30s, and was getting her son ready to go swimming. He was about 2 or 3. She didn't look like a typical Karen type, and didn't really give off any indication that she was going to go off on one. But then, she did. This woman, with her horrified expression, walked over to the girl and tapped her on the shoulder. The girl jumped, clearly surprised that someone was talking to her. She turned, and before she even turned to speak, entitled mom starts talking. "You shouldn't be dressed like that in public." Now let me just remind everyone, so we're on the same page. This is the female locker room for a gym swimming pool. It's not uncommon for women to walk around in just towels, or their underwear, or even stand around naked. Rare, but it happens. There is nothing out of the ordinary about a teenage girl in her underwear and a towel. The girl is startled and says, "What?" Karen goes on, "You're not dressed decently. You should cover up." The girl didn't say anything and just turned around and tried to get dressed. Entitled mom did not like this. "Excuse me. Look at me when I'm talking to you." The girl turned around and gave her an "Are you serious?" look. But entitled mom didn't think anything of it and kept going. "You shouldn't be naked in public, especially not in front of my son. I don't want my son exposed to the female body while he is so young." At this point, I'm looking around and making eye contact with other people in the locker room, confirming that this was actually happening, and I wasn't just imagining it. I exchanged looks with 3 or 4 other women, almost all of them accompanied by their own children. Nobody seemed to agree with this mom's opinion. The girl was visibly annoyed and said, "What the hell are you talking about? I'm trying to get dressed, so leave me alone and stop being a creep." "I'm the creep? You are the one showing off your body to my son. You are trying to distract my son. What the hell, he's a toddler. I just want to get dressed in peace, lady." Entitled mom wasn't finished. "I am going to speak to a member of staff and get you banned. In fact, you should be arrested. Public nudity is a crime, you know." At this point, one of the other mothers speaks up. She's allowed to be in her underwear in the swimming changing room. "Why are you having a fit about that? It's stupid." Entitled mom did not expect this reaction and said, "Because my son should not be exposed to the female body like that at such a young age." The other mother was in attack mode and said, "Did you breastfeed your son?" "Of course, it's healthier for the baby." "Then why is it a crime for your son to see a teenage girl in a bra when he fed from your breasts?" "Because that's different. I was feeding my baby. But this girl has sexual motivations." By this point, I had been ready to leave for about 5 minutes, but I was just sticking around for the drama. However, I was getting tired of entitled mom and her backwards logic, so I pitched in as well. "Miss, if you are so against your son seeing women dress so indecently, why did you choose to come into the female locker room instead of the family changing room?" And then a third contributor chimed in with, "Why are you taking your child swimming in a place where he can see women in swimsuits, which show off their bodies, if you don't want him to see women's bodies?" This threw entitled mom off her game for a moment, before she tried to claw her way back. "Well, most women wear a one-piece swimming costume, and it would be unfair of me to be segregated from other women by going into the family room." At this point, I rolled my eyes, said, "Whatever, lady," and walked out of the locker room. I have no idea how much longer entitled mom went on her rant, or if anything else happened. It was my first real-life experience with an entitled mom out in full force, so it was a bit of a wild ride from start to finish, but I hope I don't run into another one again. I hope that the teenager was able to leave the locker room without much hassle. And this one's called Entitled Mom Gets Mad in the Men's Change Room. Context: I'm a pretty avid swimmer, and I've been looking forward to getting back to the pool, now that restrictions are loosening up where I'm at. At the moment, they make everyone enter the pool by going through the family change room, then you exit through the men or women's change room. They've staggered the swim end time, so there's not too many people in the change rooms at once. Well, on this particular day, the kids' swim lessons ended about 15 minutes before my open swim time finished. I suppose since there was only kids in the change room, the entitled mom decided to go into the men's change room with her son after the swim was over. I suppose she lost track of time because 15 minutes later, myself and a couple other men entered the change room. Nobody really said anything, and I didn't really think anything of it, since I figured she'd be long gone by the time I get back from the showers. Well, I come back from the shower, wrapped in a towel, and she's still there helping her son. They happen to be right next to my locker, so I decide, whatever, I'm not gonna make a big deal out of it. Plus, I gotta get going. So as normal, I take off my towel and start drying off, when I hear a loud gasp, and this is how the conversation goes. Oh my god, seriously? Can't you see I'm right here? What? I don't want to see your penis. This is the men's locker room. I'm doing you a favor by not saying anything. Well, the family change room is closed, so you need to be respectful of the moms that need to come in here. Why not take him to the women's change room? He's above the age of being allowed in the women's. Aren't you above the age of being allowed in the men's? The entitled mom responds with pure rage. I'm his mom. Now please, cover up. At this point, I decided to just ignore her and keep doing my own thing, while she keeps giving me dirty looks the whole time. And on her way out, she says, next time, I'm gonna report you to the staff. Okay, crazy lady, okay. I'd just love to see how that would turn out if she tried to report him to the staff. So I, a full-grown woman, was in the men's changing room, and there were naked men in there. How dare they? And you just gotta love the double standard, how she can even get away with this too. Cause if the situation were flipped around, and it was a man in the women's changing room, he would be kicked out immediately, if not arrested. This one's called Entitled Mom Doesn't Like Scars. This happened when I was at the gym today. A little backstory. Basically, my gym also has a large swimming pool attached to it, and both the gym and swimming pool share a locker room. The gym is for ages 16 plus, but the swimming pool has no age limit, so long as the people under the age of 16 have a parent or guardian present. I had just finished my usual 2.5-hour session in the gym. I was in the changing room, and I had my shirt off as I was rummaging through my gym bag for some deodorant and a clean shirt. If you had read my last post, then you'd know I had an abusive mother when I was a kid. I've got a scar on my side from where my mom had hit me with a broken bottle when I was trying to protect my sister. This was nearly 11 years ago. While it's mostly faded, there's still a jagged line that's visible, as it was quite a deep wound. I hear the door open, and I see a middle-aged woman walk into the men's changing room. My first thought is, perhaps she's made a mistake. But no. She just stands by the door, looking at a kid probably around 13 or 14 years old. The kid looks like he's about to die of embarrassment. The kid says, "Mom, just go, I'll be out when I'm ready." Entitled mom replies, "No, darling, I don't trust these places. There can be dangerous men lurking here. God only knows why your father lets you come here." I say, "Sorry to interrupt, but this is the men's changing room. You really shouldn't be here." Some other guy in the room also chimes in, "Yeah, some of us are trying to get changed here. Sod off, lady." It's at this point she sees my scar, as I still haven't put my clean shirt on. She then says, "You there, you must cover up that disgusting scar. It doesn't make you look big or cool. You shouldn't be proud of a mark like that, as it makes you look ugly and no one is attracted to it." Before I can even utter a single word or think of a sarcastic comeback, she grabs her son and walks out. Me and the other guys exchange a what the heck look and have a laugh. I say my goodbyes and leave. I'm meeting my fiance for dinner and wedding talk. Then I'm on a night shift. Sorry it's not dramatic or action-packed, just thought this deserved a place on Entitled Parents. I love this comment down here. Yes, of course, you decided to get a scar because you thought it would make you look cool and that it would attract the ladies. I see no other possible way you could have ever gotten a scar. This one's called Entitled Dad Doesn't Understand Personal Space. I was at my local swimming pool, and me and my friends were having a blast, doing the usual racing, water basketball, water slides, etc. Afterwards, we had some pizza, and we headed into the changing rooms. As we went in, 2 of my friends went to the bathroom, and the other one stayed with me, and we got changed on the opposite sides of the locker room. As I was taking off my shirt, this annoying entitled kid comes up to me, and stands up on the bench next to me, and I kid you not, just started doing a Fortnite dance. Can't remember which one. Then he says in the most annoying voice possible, "Are you a Jake Pauler?" "What?" I asked. "You heard me, do you like Jake Paul?" Me not wanting to be rude since this kid is like 10, I say, "No, sorry." The kid responds, "What?" and then proceeds to start dabbing. I'm just not paying attention and putting on my shirt. Entitled Kid says, I'm dabbing on the haters. Do you play Fortnite? Occasionally, yeah, I said. I really didn't. I just didn't want to see what he would do if I said I did. The kid goes on, okay, you're probably a noob. I have 300 wins. I can beat you in a 1v1. Okay, kid, can you please move? I'm going to change my pants now. Ha, I bet you don't have a pee-pee. That's why you're hiding it. Me caught off guard because this was the last thing I expected him to do. What? I said. Yeah, you're a girl. At this point, it was getting weird, and I only saw one other man, so I said, hey, is this your kid? The entitled dad replies, yeah, so? Can you tell him to leave me alone? He's really close to me, and is making me uncomfortable. Dad says, why do you care? It's only a little kid. He is curious at his age. He can do what he wants. No, tell him to go away, or I'll leave and get the lifeguard. Hey, you can't do that. This is a free country. I can do anything I want. Then I can get the lifeguard if your son doesn't get away from me. Fine. What a brat. Come here, entitled kid. I then finished changing and left the locker room with my friend who had been watching and laughing his butt off the entire time. I told my mom about what happened, and we both went to tell the front desk people, but I don't know what happened to them after that. Anyway, I got lucky it didn't escalate further, and I just went home and played Call of Duty after that. That kid was just the spitting image of a stereotypical Fortnite kid. He literally just ticked all the boxes in that one interaction. And this was r/EntitledParents. Thanks for watching, everyone. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more. I'll see you all next time.